I will divorce him. Loud gasps were safe for everyone's mouth, but I was frozen on my spot, in shock and fear. I was looking at him with blinded eyes. My breath were catching my thought. No, he can't. What the hell? How could you say that? Mama shouted, and Appa was shaking in anger. You can't, Appa was saying, gritting his teeth, but Jungkook interrupted him. Yes, I can. I want this mess to be clean. In fact, I will divorce him right here, right now. No, I screamed on top of my lungs. Everyone would turn to me. I ran toward him with my shaking legs. He looked at me with blinded eyes. No, no, Cook. I stood in front of him shaking. My voice barely came out because of my hiccups. I couldn't believe that he was Michael, for whom I waited all those years. With my each breath, I didn't wait all those years for him to divorce me. I waited for him to be loved, and always only dream about one dream to be loved by my Cook. I know I will die if he divorces me. Cook, don't say that, please, I said, looking into his eyes, holding his hand while sobbing loudly. Taehyung, please, I don't want this marriage. He was saying, but I cut him off. No one can force you on this. You don't want this. Okay, fine, no problem. But please don't say like that. Don't divorce me, Cook. Please, I'm begging you. They was crying, and Jungkook was just looking at his. He's never thought that Taehyung would behave like this. He had made up his mind that night when Taehyung said, I do believe in this marriage. If anyone asked him about the marriage again, he would tell him that he wanted divorce. But after seeing Taehyung like this, he couldn't help but feel really bad. He didn't know what this marriage would mean a lot. But he couldn't do this. He can't think his whole life with one boy. And even Taehyung was not his type. He was not really ready. He has a lot of dreams. He wanted to travel the whole world. He wanted to fly. He wanted to live like his life freely. And with the marriage thing, he couldn't do that. The marriage has to end. I really feel bad for you, Taehyung, but no one more than my dreams. And the most importantly, you're not my type, he thought, and were cut off by the voice. Taehyung stopped it. Jimin come forward and held Taehyung's hand, tried to push him away from Cook. No, Jimin, come on, Tae, let's go. We can talk later, Jimin said and take him. But they didn't. Don't listen. Mr. John come forward and tried to talk to him, but he didn't let him finish and say, Appa, please don't force him. If he didn't want to, then let him, Appa. Please. Taehyung pleaded to Mr. John, and I looked at him and nodded. Fine, we won't force you, but if you say this again or even think about it, then think your father is dead for you, he said, glaring at Jungkook. Dad, Jungkook looked at him with blinded eyes, but Mr. John didn't want and wait for anyone to say anything. He just walked away. He looked at his mother and saw tears and the pain in her eyes. She didn't say anything and followed Mr. John. Uma, his brother also looked at him with hurt in their eyes. He felt that his heart was clenched looking at his family disappointment. Let's go, Jimin said and dragged him. But Jimin, he can't do anything, Jimin said and glared at Jungkook and walked from there with a crying Tae. Jungkook went toward his room and slammed the door behind him. Why? He screamed, holding his head. I hurt my parents. I don't want this. I just wanted myself to be free. I can't accept him. He's not my type. But what can I do? And now it's clear that I'm stuck with him for my whole life. If I divorce him, then I lose my parents and my brother. My whole family love him the way too much to even look at me after I divorce him. No, I can't afford to lose my family for him. I should think for something else. There has to be another way to get out for this. But what? He was thinking hard to get out of the problem, and suddenly an idea popped in his head. I can't divorce him. But he can. An evil smirk appeared on his lips. I'm not going to break you, Tae, in every way. And I will break you to the extent that you yourself ask me for divorce. He muttered to himself and started laughing. I was lying on the bed, thinking about what happened an hour ago. Did I hear it right? No, he can't. I know he just said that he always said mean things when he was angry without meaning. I know him. He can't divorce me. And he said that. I was so scared to death that time. I felt like my life was going to end. A whole world was about to end. My heart was about to burst out. The pain I was feeling in my heart that time, I can't explain. No one can understand what I'm going through. At that moment, I want for him all those years. And not for that, just for love. I have been in love with him all my life. Now, I can't even imagine my life without him. I was nothing without him. It was my love and my happiness, my peace, my everything. I was thinking about him, but that I didn't realize when sleep took over me. It's been 3 days and everyone was so upset in my house. Uma, Appa, they didn't talk to me. Taehyung and Jimin were also angry. They also didn't want to talk to me. Yesterday, I tried to talk to Jimin, but he refused. He said he didn't have time to waste on me. For them, they have all their time, love, attention. Yeah, he didn't come out of his room after that day. Everyone goes to him. They had their time to waste on him, but not for me. I didn't have any problem with that, but I feel hurt. No one was trying to understand me. They only cared about they. No one cared about me. I'm so sorry, Taehyung. I have to do this. Because of you, my family was angry. So you have to be scapegoat. I don't have any problem with you, but I want my family back. I smirked on his thought and walked toward Taehyung's room. Jungkook knocked on the door and waited for Taehyung to open the door. They opened the door and saw Jungkook was standing there. His heart was started beating fast, and eyes were wet as he recalled what he said that day. Jungkook looked at him for a second before saying something. Can I come in? He asked, and they nodded. He came inside and stood in the middle of the room. He looked back and saw Taehyung was still standing in the door. He signed and went in front of him, grabbed his hand, taking Tae to his bed. He made him to sit, and he sat beside him, sitting beside each other. They didn't say anything for a few minutes. Tae, I want to talk to you. Finally, Jungkook broke that uncomfortable silence. They looked at him in fearful eyes. They was afraid to know that he wanted to talk. Is he want to talk about? No, Tae. Think positive. He saw himself and nodded his head to continue. First, tell me, you okay? He asked and they just nodded in response.